Haile Selassie, I the first. Jah Rastafari, light of iron and life. Blessings once and once. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in iron sight. Yes, I. Once again, word sound. Always Rastafari, articulating Rastafari and Rastafari observation within this life tragedy. What we call this jungle, what we call life. Now, this word sound is like I say observation and out of knowing too. And knowing observation. And it seems like I people now learn. And it no matter which part you domicile to in the Western Hemisphere, aka the diaspora, be it America, Jamaica, Trinidad, Canada, wherever, England, wherever. The Caribbean islands, as them say, North America, the Americas, so Latin America, Central, South, and them places, the Brazil and them places. It doesn't matter where you're domiciled to, or what your nationalistic ideologies are. One thing remain the same and it never change. We all have one enemy. Yeah. And this divide and rule and divide and conquer mindset, it's like I still not learn. The reason why we are in this position that we are in today, at the bottom, the low end of becoming servants to the world, because that's what we are. It doesn't matter where we are domiciled to, we build all empires. It built upon I box, but yet I does not rule. And the reason for this is one reason and one reason only. We fail to get into the knowledge of self, knowing I self, loving I self, and won't, and we should stop this divisive mindset. This divisive mindset is destroying us. Now, how slavery, how the white man get free, are the enemy, how the enemy get to brought us over here. Black skin that disconnect from the oneness of the Nation family, Africa, our black people, popularized now. I as Rastafari and Nation family need to know this. It's time to stop the divisive mindset and reconstitute and realign ourselves within I oneness. Now, I go through YouTube and the Black American virgins them. I see where Busta Rhymes out of him proudness to be a Jamaican, him utter certain sounds where cause offense. And out of this offense, the nationalistic Americans, and nothing wrong with them being, because just like Busta Rhymes, they are also, they're proud Americans. Let me not say nationalists, they're proud African American or Black Americans, as them want to label them. Now, them a give Busta serious verbal trashing. But when I look on it, it is nothing new. And as they always say, nothing is new under the sun. And this again revisit the tribal mindset, and we don't even realize that we still perpetuate the tribalism. Because If you want to call yourself Jamaican, or you want to call yourself American, or you want to call yourself a Trinidadian, you see, that's a divisive mindset. And out of that, it comes destruction. And this is why we are a servant to the world, because we continue to identify and quick to attack each other instead of recognizing why I and I becomes, or why I and I wear the labels of Jamaican, Black American, Trinidadian. It's sort of one thing, the diabolical enterprise that was implemented against I and I as a people. And out of that, there's a myriad of psychologists that come with that, and the Black American psychology are one of them, the Jamaican psychology are one of them, and Trinidadian psychology are one of them, and the Guyanese psychology, and the Latin American psychology, and all these different psychologies that I and I are perpetuate. And in the end game of our perpetuating these kind of ideologies is end result I and I destruction. As it was in the same thing, we brought I and I up on this side because you have those black skin who identify themselves as Muslim or identify themselves as different tribes, and therefore they are separate and apart, and out of that separation the white man, the enemy, exploited and caused I and I destruction from them time till now, and it's continuing. And out of that now I and I see it a resurface again, because it's not gone away, but I and I need for reconstitute I and I mind, reconcile I and I self to I and I oneness, for lack of a better word, blackness, because that is the most popularized descriptive for I and I as a people. But I and I as the Ankh Nation, Rastafari family, Rastafari Ankh Nation family is an identity and the name of the continent that them so-called call Africa. I and I rename it. And I bring this forward. Ankh Nation people, not even people, Ankh Nation family. We are one. It doesn't matter where we domicile to. We have to come into the reality of our oneness. Watch it. The Black American psychology in a reasoning versus the Jamaican psychology. Let me show you something. Two proud set of people them. One is an island we're fiercely proud. Jamaicans, I and I are Jamaican, and I and I are fiercely proud set of people. But yet still, within this fierce and proudness, see, the Jamaican brand, it no matter if we're black Jamaican or white Jamaican or brown skin Jamaican, Jamaican stand tall in all of I and I. Yeah, but yet still, within this Jamaicanness, there is still the divide. And let me tell you the divide now. The same colonial mindset still exists, and therefore cause division, where in a Jamaica you have rich and poor, uptown and downtown Jamaican. You see where I come from? And it correlates all the way back to the Black American culture, where them identify the house slave and the field slave, another divisive mindset, And with all the end result again, we're going against each other. And the enemy sit back and laugh and never feel there and pull the strings, and we continue to be puppet to the world with these fuckery, these idiotic expressions. And the YouTubers out there that are perpetuate all of these things do, and you might do it for views and for collect, but at the end of the day, it's leading towards destruction. And this is the problem with I and I as a people. We always have put money over valuing of I and I people. Privileges, because we want privileges, what we do, we expedite the rest of the family for privileges. And we need to get into the oneness as I and I as a people. One God, one aim, one destiny. There's no separation. I and I come. You see, this divisiveness, and then within this divisiveness, you have these intellectuals now. We are playing the confusion game. This confusion game, wherein you hear, oh, I am no African. Oh, I am indigenous. These fallacies all constitute division. Why we can't stand up in the oneness of I as a Rastafari and nation family and say, and know say, watch it, know say, are you out of your sovereign mind state, create who you are. No one tell you say you're a Rasta. You declare say you're a Rasta. You see, no one no give you a God, and you declare who your God is. You see, now, I and I as a Rasta can't sit by and allow these narratives and confuse and to destroy the aim and purpose and the perspective or the objective. Because it's just perceptions, you know. Perceptions are lead we astray. You see, me show you, so you see the enemy, no matter what them problem is, you see when it come down to when them identify a common enemy against them form Voltron. Them unify. Put them petty differences aside. Because them have them nationalistic ideologies too. Them put that aside, man, and get rid of them enemy. History has already declared I and I is a victim of that. Yeah. I and I is a victim of that because when the Portuguese them and the Spaniards them, then they have them difference too. But guess what them do? Them use I and I in between them and destroy I and I. Disrupt I and I continue I and I culture. Because I and I is still there. But them disrupt I and I civilized I and I lifestyle, them destroy it. I was about to say civilization, but I changed I and I sound from that. But see, I and I civil order, them disrupt that. And the reason why them get to disrupt I and I civil order, I repeat again, the tribal mindset, the religious mindset when they implement and give I and I. I never know not born of Islam. I and I never know not born of Christianity. These are the tools of the conquerors and them continue use to divide I and I. And then I and I have I and I own petty differences, which is the tribal psychology, where them use and manipulate that, and still I use it against I and I. And I and I still I play dumb and fool like we can't see. We're quick. This is another thing of our observation with I and I as a people. It's like we're afraid to identify the enemy, and we're afraid to go get for unify. We're quick to attack each other first. Hence this attack on Busta Rhymes now. You know me I say the same thing them do to Marcus Garvey too, with this Jamaican and Black American psychology. And watch it. History has proven Marcus to be right. Even them themselves turn around. I mean, I talk to directly to my Black American brothers and sisters who even turn around and utilize Marcus principles, and the principles of Marcus go on, you know what I do? Turn it and use it for exploitation. When I run out and talk about buy black, this is for black, and when I get on the money on a switch, and then on a turn around and say, this is not of anything about blackness, this is a business deal. On a switch. And it's the same Marcus principle. Organize the black economy. But on organize the black economy for the totality of blackness. On organize it and then on individualize it. And then on depend on a Forbes magazine and depend where them white people are going to accolades and a big up on the chest and turn around now. And first thing on the declare. Stop it. Because when they get successful, these are the sounds when they Lego. Stop using slavery as an excuse. I was born into and look at me now. But at the same time, I overlook the fact that on using a technology when I learn from a master. Technology and exploit on a commonality in blackness, and then on get rich. And then on a switch and on a tune change. And at the end of the day, watch what we're gonna do. Everything we're gonna do on Excel to be becomes milky, becomes like on a master. This is what we're gonna do. And this is not just a on the domicile, the black space, black American space in America. It happened at Jamaica, it happened at Trinidad, it happened anywhere where you have black people, where strive, let me call them, black skin, will continue strive to drink a whole heap of milk because they want to be white. All of these things are the divisive, and at the end of the day, it leads to destruction because these are divisive psychology there, and we continue to divide amongst ourselves. We need to stop it. And all of the YouTubers them out there where I reignite this Jamaican versus American thing. And if we stop it, it leads to nothing but destruction. At 2022 now we should be focusing on our survival. We should stop and just stop trying to destroy each other while the enemy folds their hands and look and laugh. Because why? We're still not learning. A survival. And the way to survival is unity, oneness, one accord, one aim, one destiny, one objective. We need to organize and centralize and use the best that is within us. How many more love we are going to give them? They use our love to exploit and destroy us. Why we can't love ourselves? What is so hard about loving yourself? It no matter where you're domiciled to, all of we have one thing in common. And the canon, we have one enemy. And history has proven that from over 6,000 years now. Enough I have postulate about slavery. Slavery where them get, where them conquer, fully take control of I and I. But the war start from in the time and now and them come all the way until now and it still a go on. And them even more diabolical now because them not deal with weapons of destruction alone. A biological engineering germ warfare, CRISPR them are use now. But them are gonna sell it to you for the good cause of CRISPR, which it have the good side for true. But the good side of that, them are sell it to you under cure for leukemia, cure for cancer, cure for AIDS, cure if you want for babies. You know what I mean? And them are feed off of that. But then you're blind to the diabolical side of this technology or whatever institute. So you can't stay there and continue to perpetuate the tribal psychology. They call it divisive psychology. Because that's what it is. We are one family. We are not a people, we are one family. Rastafari Ankh Nation family. We are one. Get away from the labels and identify. Come on, come into your oneness, man. Sovereign thinking. And stop with the slave psychology, the divisive psychology. And that I can sound I go. So, watch out. Until such time again, our one God, is Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Jah Rastafari. One aim, organize and centralize. Our destiny is to take control back of the continent, the continent where I and I postulate as the Ankh Nation continent, because we are the people who give life to the world. Ankh Nation. Yeah, that geographic space that I and I own, and them can't take it from it because them know from all of them social sciences declare it. So it's time for I and I to declare it. Yeah, them little geographical little space where you call Jamaica or America, all of them can pile up and put into the continent of Ankh Nation, where them so-called Africa. Look on the wealth, where everybody are running, and how we want disconnect. Because we're afraid. The reason for our disconnection is because we are afraid. Why you afraid of yourself? You're afraid to love yourself? Is that what it's all about? You're afraid to become sovereign mind, sovereign thinking again? When you have sovereignty of mind, you create as your creator intended you to be. Because you was made in the image and likeness of your creator. Jah Rastafari. So start act like fucking John. Stop acting, stop the disability. Stop the slave psychology thinking and the divisive mindset. And come into I want this as a people. And they say that one God, one aim, one destiny, organized and centralized. The divisive mindset is destruction. History already shown. Listen, when I unite, when I hear about Ramesses, the second Ramesses the Great, a unity. When I hear about Amosi, Kamos, Seti, all of these is out of unity, recognizing, because they came and recognized who the enemy is, and they dealt with them vigorously. Emperor Haile Selassie the first, Ethiopia war with the Italian them. The reason why Ethiopia preserved is out of unity. Unified speak, one mindset. You couldn't divide the Ethiopians then. Because no matter how them have them tribal thing, listen, you have the black skin sellouts them in Ethiopia, same way. But nonetheless, the majority oneness outweigh, and them couldn't divide and rule them. Hence Ethiopia stand tall from then until now. And the king could have sell out. And when him there in Europe, no found none of a postulate and I said on a narrative about the king, about the king go there now and fight a different war. The mental warfare. Because war so no found no identify war to the physical and overlook the mental. The king have to go there and show them the reality and show them what was to come. And the king tell them to. The match that strike in Ethiopia shall burn and burn the whole of Europe and burn Europe dead. Because why? Them go against the Mosai, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie. Yeah, and that and the king stand tall because the king is the only black man, I could use the word we don't love that, black man and African leader. Where utilize white people, destroy white people, pan FEMA count. No for no talk them things there. No want to talk about say, no want to rather spread the narrative and say I help England help herself. Because if England did allow Ethiopia to go down on Mussolini, Hitler had a rampage. And when Hitler let out the Blitzkrieg in England then about 7 days or 5 days out of bombing in England. Just imagine if them did have Ethiopia with them for a launch from to go up in England. I would mash up. And I ask me, I ask you that. I tell me, I tell you that. If Mussolini never get defeated, weak Hitler. So, when I stay there and take Rastafari for joke and I see the greatness of the king here and play with it. Rastafari is no joke. Rastafari is survival. Rastafari is resistance. Rastafari is the organization bringing the Caribbean African unity and the oneness. And that Rastafari depend. So until such time, Jah Rastafari without apology. Jah Rastafari continue to reign in I and I continually. Jah Rastafari is yours. Don't forget it and don't play with it. Embrace it. And come in at the oneness, the one order, the one accord of I and I as a people. Oneness. And they said a survival time. Stop play around and cut out on a hickory about Black American and Jamaican and all them crap here. We are one people. And they said the oneness, survival.